Hello everyone, this is Arcanus with another Legends of Aria video, and in this video I'm going to be going over some basic knowledge you should know when starting off so you don't feel too overwhelmed and discouraged or confused, because I know when I started off I felt all of those things, and this game is a grind fest and it doesn't really hold your hands, so hopefully this helps. And I'm going to be going over some key points here. I'm going to be skipping throughout the video just so I get straight to the point. I don't want to prolong the video any more than it has to be. I want to hit the points so you guys know, so you guys can get back to the grind. So first thing I want to talk about is the character selection screen. When you're picking your skills and allocating your points, you do have 80 points to choose what you want to put it into. But for now, once you get a general knowledge of what you want, allocate those points. Don't get stuck on this screen too long. I know I can't pull it up because I have full characters, but you'll see it when you create your character. Don't get stuck on this screen too long. Pick what you feel you want to go towards, because in the game you'll be able to instantly level any skill to 30 for 300 copper. That is in the game right now. I don't know if this is going to change, or if, because it's closed beta 2 right now, they're just implementing that, or if the price will increase. But for right now, you can instantly level a skill to 30 for 300 copper. So don't bang your head on this the first screen allocating your points. You will be able to play around with it a little bit, but once you know what you want to do, go ahead and stick with it, because it's, of course, a grind fest. It's going to take a long time to level those skills up. So play around with it at first, see what you like. Once you know what you like, stick with it. Okay, so we'll go into the first thing I want to talk about, which is the tutorial wisp. So when you first create your character, you'll get into the game. And before I go into that, you'll have a starting location to pick. Safest bet is to pick Valis, unless you're a miner. If you're a miner and you want to do mining, go ahead and pick Helm. That's the best place to pick because there's a mine right next to the town. So for now, we'll go into Valis, and when you start off, you will have a tutorial wisp or a tutorial guide that'll basically let you know where things are, where the trainers are, where to fight things. So go ahead and use this to the most of your ability, because it will go away after a certain amount of time. So that's the first thing I want to touch up on, is use the magical guide before it runs out. So that's a good thing to have. Okay, so I switched to my main just to make everything faster so we get right to the point. But the next thing I want to go over is farming for copper, or farming for money at the start. So you will be needing to buy some things at the start. So the best way to get money is to go to the sewers in Valis, and your tour guide will, or the wisp will let you know where to go for the sewers. So all you gotta do is click on them, where to go. I want to fight things. It'll put a blip on the map of where the sewers is. So basically the sewers are down here, and when you go down here, you just fight things. You just fight spiders, bats, and they drop about 20 to 60 copper per kill. So go ahead and kill some bats real quick. Let's see, 15 copper. And down here is a good place to start leveling your weapons, or leveling just anything in general, your armor, your spells. So let's kill a couple more here. Okay, kill one more. Okay. So you want to save up a good amount of copper, because there are some things I want you to purchase first before you get into anything crazy. So we'll go over and get those. So once you save enough copper, and by the way, it's 100 copper for 1 silver, and 100 silver per gold. So that's how the money system works. You get copper, silver, gold, and money weighs a lot in this game. And I think they do that for a reason, which is, I guess, a good reason, so you don't just endlessly have money in in your bag. So if you want to convert copper into silver, you have to go to the bank. Let's go ahead and open up the bank and basically place the money in and then take it out, and then all your copper will be converted into silver. So that's just another tip that I didn't learn until later that I found out. So yeah, if you want to convert your copper into silver, go to the bank, place it in, place it out, and it will be converted for you. Okay, so the first things that you should buy is a map. So the map system works. It's kind of old school. So let me open up mine here. So right now I'm in Vallis, and it doesn't show you where you are on the map. All you can do is get a generalized area of where you're going, and you got to really pay attention to where you're going, or you'll get lost. And I've gotten lost so many times. So right now I'm in Vallis, and what you can purchase is, if you go, you should get it when you spawn in or when you create your character. But if you don't, you can always go to. Oh no, I think I'm stuck. Well, this is a good time to show the stuck feature. So if you do get stuck, on the top right, you just click on the cog and click stuck, and in 15 seconds it's going to teleport you to the nearest town or the nearest safe zone. So in this case, it should port me not too far back in town here. And a little trick you can do if you do get lost, even if you're not stuck, just go ahead and use it, because you will get lost, because you will have the urge to travel and just see where things are. So you will get lost, so you make sure to use that stuck feature if you do get stuck, or if you're just lost. So as I was saying, the guy of the trader, there should be a guy of the trader in each area or each town. He's going to be selling a map of each region. So once you purchase that map, you'll be able to go ahead and purchase that here. Double click it and it will show you the map of the region. And you can go throughout each town buying the maps, but the most important thing here is the atlas. So where is the, let me find where he's at real quick. Should be the inscription trainer. Where'd he go? Okay, yeah, it should be right up here. So the inscription trainer, if I can make it up, should be selling an atlas. So what the atlas is basically a book where you can put the maps into. So let's say I already have it, but if I were to put this map into my atlas, it will bring up the whole map of Celador instead of just the region. So that should be one of the first purchases you get, in my opinion, just so you know the area. And once you get the atlas, you can start placing markers on your map. So in Vallis right now, let's say I find something to a mining area down here. I can always just add a waypoint. Let's do this one, save, and it'll save it on the map. It's not going to show on the mini map yet. I don't know if they plan to add that in the future, but it gives you a general idea of where to go when you want to go mine that area, or you want to go to that area for a specific reason. Okay, so that's one of the first purchases you should do. Okay, so another thing to start off that you should purchase are bandages, and this can also be purchased from Guy the Trader as well. They basically, it's just an instant heal that has a cooldown. I believe the cooldown's like 10-15 seconds until you can bandage yourself again. But go ahead and purchase bandages once you get enough copper for it. Let's see, one bandage is 1 copper. So just kill 3 things in the sewers. Go buy a bunch of bandages, so you're going to be able to heal yourself and stay in the fight, stay down there and farm as long as possible. And once you heal with a bandage, you have a chance to gain your healing skill. And I've just been using bandages the whole time, and my healing skill is at, let's see, 63. And of course, the higher your healing skill is, the more you heal. So that just goes hand in hand. Go ahead and purchase the atlas, purchase map, purchase bandages, and then the final thing I say as a beginner that you should purchase is a horse. And I know in Valis they'll have a stable, and in Helm they have a stable. So if you're in Valis, it's going to be the northwest exit. I didn't know this at first. I thought you had to be an animal tamer in order to get a horse, but all you have to do is go to the stable, and you can purchase a horse for 5 silver. So bandages, map, atlas, and a horse, I believe, in my opinion, are some of the first purchases you should get as a beginner. And of course, horse is just makes sense. You go faster. There's a lot of running in this game, so horse is important. Bandages are important. Stay in the fight to farm, and the atlas is so you can set markers and know where you're going around the world. And then the next thing I want to go over is the skill system or the ability system. So as you're leveling, as you're just doing things, crafting, fighting, you're going to get training points. And once you have a training point, you're going to be able to learn an ability. So for my instance, I have 3 abilities, and you could learn 3 abilities for now. And in order to learn an ability, once you kill things or you find things in chests, they're going to be dropping ability books. So for this one, it's Stun Strike, it's a lancing ability, and in order to learn that ability, you got to go to the respective trainer. So for Lancer, you go to the Master Gladiator. And in order to learn the skill, you need an ability skill, of course, and you'll just talk to him. I want to learn a bit of an ability, and then learn the skill. And then, yes, you want to consume an ability point. And then, yeah, okay, so I got confused. This is the first time I did this, but I already have 3, so I have to get rid of 1. So let's just get rid of charge. So once you get rid of the skill or learn a skill, you'll have that ability, and you can place those abilities on your top left bar. Okay, does that go away? So let me open it up here real quick. So now I have Stun Strike. I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't use it. I was going to see if I could use Charge still, but I can't. So we'll go ahead and replace Charge with Stun Strike, and now I can use Stun Strike. Boom. And there is mounted combat, but I'm not sure if you get kicked off your mount after a certain amount of damage you take. So yeah, so that's how you learn an ability. You get the spell books or the ability books from killing things around the world, and you just go to the respective trainer to learn that ability, and you can only learn max of 3 abilities. So the next thing, let's see, the next thing I want to talk about is, let me see here. Oh, I'm opening the wrong tabs. So the stats. So you have 7 stats here, or excuse me, 6 stats here: strength, agility, intelligence, constitution, wisdom, will, and basically you could read what each one does. And in order to increase the skill, you just have to do, let's say I want to learn strength or more strength. Excuse me, you just fight things, or I know constitution, if you mine a lot, you'll gain a lot of constitution. But in order to increase the stat, you can only have a maximum amount of 150 points, of course, but in order to increase the stat, you have to decrease the stat in that process. So whatever stats you don't want, like intelligence, wisdom, will, in my case, I would all set that to go down or decrease so that constitution can increase. So that's something I didn't know at the start. So it's really important if you want to increase one of your stats here, you're going to have to decrease another. Okay, so the next thing I want to go over is crafting orders for if you want to be a crafter and you want to get recipes. In this game, you only get the base recipes, like longsword, basically the beginning of each recipe. So if you wanted to learn more recipes, you're going to have to do crafting orders. And so I'm a blacksmith, so I'll go ahead and do blacksmith. So in order to get the recipes, you're going to have to go to the blacksmith trainer or whatever your respective trainer is, interact with them, ask about crafting orders, and then what orders do you need to be filled. And once you do that, they're going to give you a crafting order. Okay. And then once you complete the crafting order, all you have to do is turn them in. Have a completed order, turn them in, and then you're going to get a random recipe. You can't pick and choose which one you like, but you're going to get a random recipe of anything, you know, that has to do with blacksmithing or carpentry or whatever your specific profession is. And I believe you can get duplicates, which is unfortunate, but you can always sell them. So that's another thing I wanted to touch up on. If you're doing crafting and you want to learn more recipes, do crafting orders to get a random recipe so you can, you know, keep building and make new things. Okay, so the last thing I want to go ahead and show off is the it happens to the best of us, but the death system and how to get your body back. So well, I'm gonna try to die here, see if it works. No. Okay, wait, maybe I have to I just attacked my horse and got back on it. It's funny. So let's see. Let me go into town and see if this works. Oh, I think they fixed it. I know you were able to attack your horse and you'd instantly die, so hopefully they... Let me see if I can... Oh, maybe if I turn off karma? Okay. So yeah. So if I believe if you turn off karma, which you shouldn't, and you just do something you shouldn't, like attack a guard, you will die. You will get God's hammer to smite you from above, dealing 5,000 damage, which will instantly kill you. Okay, so once you die, there's going to be a blip on the map that shows where the resurrection shrine is. So you're going to have to travel all the way over to the resurrection shrine. Thankfully, the one's right outside the town here. And it can suck if you die and you're far away from a shrine, because once you die, you're going to have to go to the shrine, you revive, and then once you revive, you have to run all the way back to your body. And thankfully, there are blips on the map to show you where the shrine is and where your body is. So just try not to die. And it does happen to the best of us, though. But once you die, you're going to have to go to a shrine with your spirit. And once you go to the shrine, you collect your body and then come back to your dead body to collect your items. So we'll loot all that. And if you're in a protected zone and you unfortunately die, don't worry. I don't think another player can loot you. If they try to loot you, they'll get God's hammer and they'll get smited as well, or smoten, whatever the word is. They'll die. So you don't have to worry about getting looted if you do happen to die in a protected zone. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. That's basically what I wanted to cover as a beginner, what I feel like you should really look to do, and things you should know getting started at the very beginning of the game. I know it was a very broad, generalized video. I could always make detailed videos later if anything you guys want. All you gotta do is ask, and I'll do it for you. But we basically went over, you know, the character selection screen, excuse me, allocating your points. Don't get caught up too much on that screen. You can always instantly level them to 30. Use your tutorial wisp while you still have it. It will go away, so make sure to just use it to know where to go and get familiar with the area or the city that you're in. Next is to go ahead and farm the sewer to get copper. and go ahead and buy bandages, your map, your atlas, and then a horse. And you could always convert your copper into silver by going into the bank. And we went over just how to use abilities, how to increase your stats. Uh, the ability books will drop around the world from killing anything. So go ahead and go to the respective trainer. In order to learn that ability, you can only learn 3 abilities. The next thing we did was we talked about crafting orders. Getting crafting recipes. In order to get recipes, you got to complete crafting orders for your profession. And then the last thing we talked about was death. If you unfortunately die, you have to go to a resurrection shrine to get your body, and then go back to your body to loot your body. And last thing I just want to say is just ask questions. I mean, everyone's friendly in the game. If you have a question, they'll answer it. If they see it, go ahead and go on the forums, get active on the forums, or just comment on YouTube videos to see what you want to know. Because everyone is more than happy to make a video for you or explain something for you. So go ahead and ask questions. So that was basically it. Hopefully, you guys learned something from this video. Hopefully it helps you guys get into the game, and as the basic beginner, and enjoy it and not be too confused or too overwhelmed. But thanks for watching again, guys, and go ahead and like, subscribe if you want more videos, and ask what do you want to know, or what I can teach you, because I'm also learning as well, and I'd love to learn with you guys. So take care, enjoy the grind, and I'll see you in the next video.